What's up, guys? So, on today's O-Ctober review, we're going to take a look at the Gundam 00 Shia Quanta. And yeah, it's from Build Fighters, as we discussed in the unboxing. But guess what? It's based off a 00 kit, so I'm counting it. It goes in O-Ctober. So, if you guys watched Island Wars, which a lot of you did, and a lot of you did not like it, we got to see this kit come out. And it is directly based off the 00 Quanta, which is pretty well evident by most of it, but she also borrowed some technology she used, or some of the weapons and stuff that she used from her G-Portent, and also from the Transient Gundam. These things will look very, very familiar. So we got some really nice artwork here. She's swinging her nice little blade there, stuff going on, particles everywhere, kind of explodey stuff happening here. I'm guessing she just sliced through something like right there. But it's really good. I like the artwork here. So you got HG Build Fighters right there. Of course, Build Fighters Try, Island Wars, blah, 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 blah. Actually, it might just be Try. It might not say Island Wars. But you come down here, you, of course, have obligatory stuff there. Gundam Shia Quanta. And Team Celestial Sphere, Shia Kijima's Mole Suit. It's awesome. And it is Bandai 2016, made in Japan. Yay. Bandai logo there. And yeah, let's look at the rest of the box. And if we come down here, you've got a nice little action shot there. It's pointing out her GN blade thingies going on there. You've got weapons. Of course you do. There's plenty of those. I'm assuming this says stickers or something. I have no idea. And you've got GN stuff there. Opposable hand there. And of course, some of the other things there. So you've got the Gancelot and the Star Winning. So we've got that. We've at least got that one. We don't have this one yet. And of course, you know, it probably says go watch the movie. And if we come to this side, you got BandaiHobby.net, number 49 in the Build Fighters line. So not a huge selection there. Bandai logo there, repeat up, box art. And we come around here, you get obligatory rear and front shots right there. And you've got a nice little shot from the show there. You got specs, 18.4 meters tall, 63.1 tons. And then all the read up there, probably based off the 00 Quanta from Awakening of the Trailblazer, stuff like that. And of course, you've got the Build Fighters Try story there, Gundam-BF.net. Yay. And you got warnings, obligatory, don't stick this in your 3-year-old's face. It's very pointy. 1,600 yen, very affordable kit. And you go up here, and little guy with the toilet, pee-pee. And the background image is by Yamamoto Hiroyuki. Oh, and I guess the illustration too. New version of the 00 Quanta. Still upside down. Alright, let's go ahead and get to the review. There's no build montage because my wife doesn't like doing those. So she built this for me. So it's all good. She can skip the build montage if she wants. Not going to force it. So let's go ahead and get to the review. And here she is, all nice and done, and looking very green and white, and of course cat-like, because for some reason, between the seasons, she had decided to go very cat-like. Shouldn't be a Neon Girl. Even showed up with little like cat ear headphones and stuff like that. Totally different than her character that we've seen so far in the show. But we're not here to talk about Shia, we're here to talk about her Quanta that she built. And this thing is really, really cool. But before we get too far into her, let's go ahead and look at the accessories and weapons. Now, first and foremost, you get the kind of backpack, side shoulder pack, shield slash wings slash blade slash GN drive. It's the everything. So if you've ever built the 00 Quanta, this thing is essentially the same with a few minor details. Of course, this is different. This has a blade added to it right through here. Nice blue translucent, as everything is on here. You've also got these added wings right here, and these blades that don't technically ever come off, as far as I know. Now, once again, I didn't build this, so I don't know if there's anything else going on with it. I think these just... Okay, so those just peg on like so. I don't think they go anywhere else as far as I know, but you can pull them off, you can put them on there. So the original 00 Quanta would have a whole different set of blades that are swords right here, and then another set right here on these little hingy things. So you've got hinges right here in the polycaps. You also have a rocker right there. You have a nice compound hinge here, 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 and rotating point here. So this moves up, this rotates. This comes up like so and can point straight back if you want it to. Also, if you want, you can pop this guy open. You can get a thumb in there or something. Come on. There we go. And right in there you can see a little blue crystal, like a GN drive kind of deal. But realistically, you have the GN drive right there, all nice and hidden away. And it does move around like so. Sadly, they didn't give you any stickers or anything to go on that. It would be nice, because everything else has a blue or a silver sticker or something on it. Unfortunately, the GN drive doesn't. Now, of course, this just plugs in on her thingy right back here. And just sets down right there. In fact, I kind of like the way this does it. It's a slightly simplified version of what the Master Grade does, so I'm actually a big fan of that. Now you've got a hinge right here on the back. It also rotates, so you can really get some movement out of it. But if you push this way and push this way, it puts it pretty much at her shoulder where it should go. And if you fold everything down very nicely, actually, that kind of pushes it way too far. What the heck? Okay, so we'll just tuck it away, kind of over here-ish. Something like that. Stay. So, now that thing does, of course, act as the all-purpose everything. It's the booster, it's weapons, it's all kinds of stuff. And here we have her regular little GN sword, based off the GN sword from the Quanta, so you have the very similar part right through here. All of this nice curvy bit, the green parts are all new to it, but because it does still mold from the original, the handle does still move, so it would almost have a gun mode. You can also, I think, you should be able to, oh yeah, that's holding it in place. You could technically unplug that, rotate it, and if you were so inclined, you could do something like that and have it in a pseudo gun mode, though that doesn't do anything in this particular suit, so we don't even need that. So just go ahead and pull that out, put it all back together. So like I said before, if you've done the Double O Quanta, you know a lot of the gimmicks this thing sort of gives up realistically. I mean, it's not a bad thing by any means, it's what it do. Oh, there's the hinge. Okay, I missed it. So this thing does rock just a little bit. It does just slide into her hand very easily, like so, like most HGs would do. And also this little blade bit does come off, though you don't use this one. You actually use the one over there in conjunction with these guys. So just like the transient lances that you had before, she got these weapons. They're almost exactly the same thing, if they're not the exact same thing, though you don't have the actual lance attachment. You only have just the bits. So what you can do, very, very carefully, because these already broke on us during construction, you can just rock those open. This, okay, this isn't the one that broke, but you can see right there, stress marks right in that guy. So popped it in just a little bit more. Now there's these smaller green tabs right there, can line up in that slot like so, and she can fire off those electric bursts, those energy bursts that the transient could. Now, as I was talking about this thing here, it's actually that one, but they're exactly the same. I'll pull this one off just for the sake of doing it. You can, in fact, plug these on to here, and it does add to the effect. But in reality, it wants you to use them in folded mode. Once again, being very careful with those little hinges. Those just tab together. That's on all the way. So you kind of have the lance bit mode here. She can control it just like a normal bit or a fang or whatever. Whatever the little bit is called. You have this huge tab right here. Right there. And you can actually plug it into this forearm. Of course, you can pull the sword. And she can have that on her arm as kind of a shield or as another weapon. Doesn't stay in very good at all. But that even fell off while I was doing it. So yay, that's a thing it can do. So in reality though, where these are supposed to go is plug in right here, just like the sword bits would do for the regular double O Quanta. You just tab them in right there, like so, and you just got a big slot right there. And that's that. So that's her full-on GN shield booster sword cluster of things all plugged together and looking really, really neat. Now, of course, the final accessory is the nice little expressive hand. No big deal. Only comes with one, though. That makes me a little bit sad. Although, she doesn't have weapon storage, so the sword wouldn't have anywhere to go. But, you know, you get a nice left expressive hand. Like so. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's take a closer look at her. We'll leave the massive GN setup going on here. Now you can come in close to the head. You see the nice little blue kind of crystal on the forehead. Now, for some reason, it didn't come with like a little cover, so that just is what it is. You get the blue eyes right inside there. You get little chrome stickers with the blue clear parts there. Now, one major difference you're going to see on this one versus a normal Quanta, the inside of the ears are painted yellow. That was actually a strange consensus that we came to together. She asked me, she was like, hey, can we paint the inside of the ears yellow? And I was like, I was literally just thinking that. So I did that for her while she was working on other stuff. This little back piece right here all just comes off. And you have a cool sensor thingy going on right back there along with the main camera. That almost looks like Haro eyes. That's really weird. Don't know why. But otherwise, you come down and you've got chrome stickers inside there. Chrome stickers, blue dealies everywhere. You've got a couple different types of green. You got a much more normal kind of green and more of a seafoam or sea green going on there. I like the color separation. Same thing with the feet. Now, there was a few stickers otherwise. You got these right here on the tops of the feet. That could have easily been painted, but, you know, she'd already gotten that far before I saw it. I really wasn't going to bug her about it. It isn't a thing on this one, but there should be, for the normal Quanta, little pieces that connect right here. And I don't believe this is missing them. I think they're just not supposed to be there. And also, you've got these two extra blades. These are the swords that normally would plug in right here where these wings are. But they're part of her rear skirt. Now, there's a big enough gap and a slot right there that it looks as though something else would plug in there. But as far as I'm aware, there is nothing else. So she just does this, or I guess if she needs to have flight time, she can do that. And these are mounted in there really good. They don't come apart or anything. So there's not going to be any removing of those things for weapon purposes. You also get the main GN drive right here with the nice little blue metallic sticker. And that's why I was saying that they needed one over there on the secondary GN drive. Because it is a double O, which means it has two GN drives. And being the Quanta, they did things very differently. It's got the center mounted one just like the Exia. The other extra one is out here. And then when going into quantum burst mode, it would connect the two GN drives together to make awesomeness. Alright, let's go ahead and look at articulation on this girl. She just has a standard double ball joint polycap neck, so you can rock back and forth with a nice little turkey neck, or cat neck in this case. You can rotate all the way around. Just be careful, you don't want to pop it off. She can even tilt sideways so she can do the quizzical cat look. Hey! And then if you really want to bring the arm back, she can sort of do that number. skipping ahead slightly. So you have normal polycaps mount right there. So you can pull forward, do the nice little shrug, rotate the arm. When it's straight, you can go all the way around. Mind you, that will obviously get in the way. She can reach up only about that far because the armor and shoulder is all one piece, so you're not going to get very far there. The arm does come down about that far, but like I said, it only goes up about yay. So flappy arms. You've got bicep rotation, semi-double jointed elbow. So you've got a joint, the main joint here, you got a smaller joint there. So you can bend it there and then bend it up to a bit more than 90. That's actually very similar to the standard Quanta. And also the fact that it does come with 2 different forearms is also part of the regular Quanta. So this elbow is pretty much solid. This is what is more or less a double O elbow, and this is more or less like an Exia elbow. That was the same thing they did on the regular Quanta, because this is where the main sword and everything would plug into the arm to be powered by the GN drives. So that part is actually pretty neat that they kept that similar. Though, if you guys could recall, on my custom double O Quanta, I actually had to swap those arms. But hey, we're not here to talk about me. The HG wrist pegs are exactly the same, though you do get the kind of forearm wrist movement right through there. I do love that in a lot of these double O kits. We do have an ab crunch right through there, so the girl can move her abs. Although, with the backpack the way it is, I could see that loosening up over time. You can rotate pretty well. It's getting limited by something. Something's hitting. So I'm not going to push it. Nah, not going to bother. One cool thing is, instead of having standard flap skirts, this is have the... Oops. Okay. These things right here always have annoyed me. Just got to be sure not to pop those off. Stay. The crotch peg, or the crotch skirt, so to speak, is on a ball joint, so it can actually move around and stuff like that. And of course you have standard ball joints there. You have double O legs and hips, so she can do a very, very good Van Damme or Jean-Claude. Either way. Kick forward that far. You can move it out just out of the way, and you can go a bit further. You can only go back so far before the huge back skirts get in the way. Even opening that up really wouldn't make a difference. You do get thigh swivel, and you can go almost all the way around, but once again, why would you? You also have the hip shimmy. You have that shimmy, 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 shimmy in the hips. You have double jointed knees, so big joint here, and the knee armor does move. Just a little bit, or I guess technically the knee armor stays in place, it doesn't move like some of the other ones. And it does have the ball joint ankle here and swivel ankle here, so you get a lot of movement. You even get the armor that comes back and out of the way, so you can really get some really backward movement, don't know why. But you also get this rotation, so you can get some massive ankle tilt, like so. So you can really put those splits to good use. And you also get some rocking motion this way. So a really good compound ankle that probably would give out over time. Now, given that I've only done the MG Quanta, this is actually really neat to see how they translate a lot of that same engineering even down to the smaller HG scale. Now, there is more articulation, of course. We looked at some of it back here with the backpack. So we've got swivel here, rotation joint there, so it's pretty much a universal. So you could do this number, you can rotate it back here, as I already did earlier. Kind of tuck it up like so, and rotation joint there, rotation joint here, rotation joint there. It's just incredibly versatile. And you can have it hanging out way out here, or like so. Or if you really want to, if you want to go into burst mode, takes a little bit of finagling, but you want that there. You want to rotate all of this. You want to tuck that straight back in there. And normally what you want to do is flip the GN drive right in there. If the foot was in the way, right in there. Raise this part up. You want to flip the GN drive forward, down, whatever. Like so. You guys can sort of see that. And then just make them touch, more or less. It's never been a perfect thingy, but it's cool that you can do it for the most part. And yeah, this is where you would open this part up. If I can. Once again, can't really get an elbow in there. Elbow? Wow. Well, you can't get an elbow in there, but I definitely can't get my elbow in there. So you can do that mode, and you can also open these up, which also help it go into burst mode. Come on. Come on, rock, open slowly. You always want to be careful, guys. Like I said, one of these is already broken, and it is very, very easy to probably break it again. There we go. Like so. They're not even. And you come down here and you flip these wings open so they're less in the way. And there we have that backpack in basically her high-speed burst mode, flight mode, whatever. Alright guys, so in conclusion, I really do like this kit. Slightly sad that I didn't build it myself, but hey, my wife did a very, very good job on it. So make sure you congratulate her down in the comments. Tell her how good she did on it. She's very, very keen on nub removal and sticker placement and things like that. So I'm really proud of her whenever she branches off and does more Gunpla and gets away from just the bear guys. Even though she really does love the cuteness and stuff like that. But this is a very good kit, realistically. I do like it. The weapons are really cool. I wish they did a little bit more. Like maybe if they came with stands for those guys so that they could actually be floating around and doing bit things. I wish there was a little bit more articulation in the arms. But hey, it is what it is. The original 00 kit that it came from is from like 2009, 2010. So it makes sense. It's a little bit limited. Although the 00 line, as you guys know, is one of my favorites. And it's actually very good. And actually got better as time went on. But I definitely recommend this kit. Even if you haven't seen Island Wars, if you really do dig this, it's a cool kit, and I've seen people do nice repaints of it. Even full-on 00 colors, just get rid of the green, add the blue back. Or if you want to do even some more things. It came with some of the parts, so if you really wanted to just do the straight-up 00 head, or the Quanta head, you can do that. That's perfectly fine. And came with some different blue bits for different parts, stuff like that. So it gives you some options, and that's actually pretty cool. Just like anything built from an original kit, you can get some of those options back. But guys, I'll catch you on the next review, and as always I want to thank my patrons. So Andy, John, Steve, you guys are great. Hope you guys are enjoying O-Ctober so far. We're getting there. I know it's not densely packed like last year, but hey, we've got some good kits. And I'll catch you guys then. Remember, as always, keep on building.